Live from clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6:30 p.m.
Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30, getting results. Thank you for joining us here live on News 6 Plus. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
And I'm Justin Mormith. We start with the saga News 6 has been covering for decades. Tymber Skan, an Orange County condo complex that's been deemed unsafe and was once plagued by crime, could eventually be torn down.
The County Board of Supervisors discussed potential plans for its demo today. News 6's reporter Stephanie Rodriguez is in Orlando to explain.
Over 10 years after the county tore down 41 buildings on the property, residents of Tymber Skan pleaded with county commissioners on Tuesday to keep their homes, despite many of them being categorized as unlivable.
The compassion part of our board says that we got to help you.
Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings talked directly to Tymber Skan residents as county commissioners discussed raising the complex's 8 remaining buildings.
There was a woman, and I don't know if she's still here, who is 70 years old.
I'm a little bit relieved because we didn't want to lose our homes at all.
Cynthia Clater has lived there for 13 years. She says its reputation of being crime-riddled and unsafe isn't accurate.
I'm 70 years old, and I can walk that place at night without any issues.
On Tuesday, she and many others showed up to the meeting, listening to plans that could remove them from their homes.
We can't afford to go anywhere else.
A proposal before the board suggested terminating the existing condo associations and appointing a receiver who through the courts would force the sale of the condos, paving the way for demolition. Despite the documented issues and reported code violations, including some units without water, residents don't want to leave.
We have so much improvement to make. However, I feel safe and I'm a very proud owner and living in the community now.
County staff says they've come up with a plan to help the 56 residents find housing and connect with social services. But Clater says she needs more than just a referral.
Well, if they want to move me, then they better buy me a new home.
There will be a community meeting at Tymber Skan before the March 11th County Commissioner meeting, which will bring this decision before the board again. Reporting in Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, getting results, News 6.
All right, time to check our forecast, and I don't know about you, but it has just been glorious out there. It's
Went on a
so
walk
nice.
this morning. Went on a
Yeah.
walk.
Oh,
Got out of the house.
Just say,
You weren't doing that last
I
week.
didn't say, Zoe, just go out back. I'll leave the gate open. I went on a walk with her because it was really nice this morning. It was a little chilly, but I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Hey, yeah.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, finally the weather turned the corner. I mean, last week we talked about how nasty it was. We got the sunshine back yesterday. Now, the next couple of days, we are going to deal with the clouds sliding through. You see them right here. We had a lot more clouds and sunshine again today. Still, though, warm. Pretty much right where we should be for this time of the year, which is in the lower 70s. At this hour, backing off a little bit in Mount Dora, we're back to the upper 60s. We're at 64 in DeLand, 60 in Palm Coast, 65 degrees in Daytona Beach, Palm Bay. Good evening. We're back to the low 60s. We're at 61 as well. Just down the road in Mico. Passing clouds this evening if you're heading out, back to 67 degrees at 7 o'clock. We're staying in the mid-50s by 11. Staying in the mid-50s on the other side of midnight. Again, temperatures will slowly fall back to the upper 40s and low 50s. So again, you may want the light jacket tomorrow, but certainly all that frigid stuff we have last week is not in the forecast, at least over the next 2 weeks. We're going to talk much more about that in your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast, guys, coming up at about 6:47.
Jonathan, thank you. Well, over the next 3 days, volunteers with the Homeless Services Network of Central Florida will be out counting how many people are experiencing homelessness. The annual survey gives us a snapshot of what's happening in our community and is critical for the organizations who get results. News 6's Catherine Silver shows us what they're seeing on our streets and how it's impacting so many.
Hey y'all, can I get my lanyard?
Cassandra Irizarry is among those heading out to canvass how many people are experiencing homelessness in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties.
I'm actually a youth experiencing homelessness.
Her own experience makes this personal.
My first time ever being homeless was 16. I am the oldest of 5, so I had to be the role model for them.
You could say she's a role model for many. And with the Homeless Services Network, she is now helping people going through what she once did.
We're about to go on East Colonial, and there's a lot of homeless out there too. There's also homeless on Cimarron, everywhere. You'd be surprised.
Over the next 3 days, more than 300 volunteers will share water, food, basic supplies, as they ask who doesn't have a place to call home.
It's a little snapshot. Is homelessness getting better? Is it getting worse? What's the characteristics of homelessness? How's it changing?
Brian Postlethwaite is the Homeless Services Network Chief Operating Officer. You can see how the snapshot they've collected each year has kept rising.
The people without homes are the people that are most vulnerable. People with disabilities, single moms with multiple kids, folks that have lost jobs, people that are struggling with mental health crises.
Are a lot of them newly homeless?
Every year we look at it, about 70% of people experiencing homelessness in any given year are homeless for the very first time.
In Seminole County, we met Misty Williams.
I came from Michigan. I had nowhere to go. We ran out of money.
She's been staying at the Rescue Outreach Mission for a month.
How long do you feel like you've been trying to keep your head above water?
For quite some time now.
There are many organizations across Central Florida trying to give those who are struggling a safe place and a path forward. Good groups doing good things. Postlethwaite says they just need more.
More housing, more supportive services.
Is it getting worse?
I think everybody knows that in Central Florida we're experiencing a housing crisis. And it's a lot like musical chairs, right? When you are playing musical chairs and the music stops and you have one less seat, then somebody's without a seat. Somebody's without a home.
In Orlando, Catherine Silver, Getting Results, News 6.
Florida lawmakers are moving forward with a $500 million immigration plan amid tension with Governor DeSantis. The Republican-led legislature is advancing the Trump Act, aimed at enforcing President Trump's immigration policies. The plan would remove in-state tuition for undocumented immigrants and empower State Agriculture Commissioner Wilton Simpson to enforce immigration laws. It also directs funds to law enforcement to support these policies. State Senator Ben Albritton serves as the Senate president.
Our goal, in concert with the president, gives our communities more badges, more beds to hold criminal aliens, and a laser focus on catching criminals who violate our laws.
DeSantis' allies, including GOP State Senator Blaise Ngalia, say the legislature's plan is not strong enough.
We have to think outside the box because the drug cartels and the human traffickers think outside the box. So the more we can put on the record in terms of making a law, the better the state will be in assisting Donald Trump.
More changes could be made to today's proposal. At last check, neither the House nor the Senate have taken up the bill after originally being scheduled to debate the measure in the morning. The special session could run through tomorrow.
Now at 6:30, a federal judge has temporarily blocked President Trump's orders on freezing federal grants and loans. Now, this happened about an hour and a half ago, just minutes before the funding freeze was scheduled to go into effect. The block is set to expire on Monday afternoon and would apply to existing programs. Back here in Central Florida, UCF's incubator program tells us how it would see impacts from the pause on federal assistance. The program helps small businesses get off the ground. And while the program itself does not receive federal funding, they say a lot of the businesses they help do. Program officials are also worried students who receive funding to do research could have to find another way to continue their work.
Students are paid from that funding to do that research because they're working in those laboratories. You know, they're getting scholarships and federal aid that enables them to even go to the university. So I don't know, and I can't even hardly wrap my head around the trickle-down effect of this.
Program leaders say there is not a lot of funding coming for these startups, and the government is where they can usually find help.
Let's take a look at what's trending right now on Central Florida's #1 news website, clickorlando.com. Southern Living has named Jupiter, Florida as the place with the clearest waters in the South. What? Yeah, the publication describes the waters as, quote, stunningly gorgeous, making it hard to catch your breath. All right. Jupiter is just about a 2 or 3 hour drive from the Orlando area, depending on where you live. The clear waters are thanks to its location, the Gulf Stream's path, ensuring a constant flow of that tropical water. And you can learn more all about it by going to clickorlando.com.
My guess would have been Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater, it's in the name.
But you know, if you have to name yourself something, then maybe, you know, if you're calling yourself a nice guy,
right?
Let's think about that.
Self-proclaimed, of course. But yeah, no, Jupiter is beautiful.
Yeah, all of it's really nice. You can't go bad on a Florida beach. You're at the beach, first of all. And here are some of the other stories trending right now on clickorlando.com. Are you ready for some thrills, head on over
Yes.
to Oviedo Mall Winter Carnival.
Oh.
This event kicks off tomorrow and will have rides, games, deep fried treats, sweets, and other carnival eats. You can find the hours of the carnival as well as buy tickets through the link that's in this story. And finally, the Orange County Animal Service is hosting free microchipping and vaccination events for pet owners. The first event for dog owners will be Wednesday, February 5th, and the second event for cat owners will be on Wednesday, February 26th. Services will be available via drive-through in the shelter's carport area on a first-come, first-served basis. You can see all the services being offered by going to clickorlando.com. And I have to tell you, if your pet is not chipped, you got to do it now, because if things happen, they they go exploring in other people's yards.
Yeah, they do. They sure do.
They get lost sometimes.
And I mean, you can't beat free, Ginger.
That's exactly right. And they're your family members,
they're
right?
family.
So if you feel tempted to order takeout after a long day, you are not alone. The last thing you want to do is spend hours in the kitchen cooking.
And yet I do it every night. But there is a solution. After the break, we're going to share those simple strategies to have dinner ready in advance, all while keeping your wallet happy. You're watching News 6 at 6:30 live on News 6 Plus, getting results in DeLand, St. Cloud, and all of Central Florida.
In the kitchen?
I'm in that kitchen, baby. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Your Tuesday evening traffic alert. Going to need you to be paying attention. I-4 east and westbound as you approach the State Road 44 area. You're going to ramps could be closed overnight. It will not be permanent throughout the night. It's going to be intermediate with detour set up, so just be cautious. And then further south there on 417, we're going to see that northbound ramp from Moss Park to 417 closed. You're going to have to slide up towards Dowden, and then you can enter from there. I'm Trooper Steve with your News 6 traffic alert. Drive safely. I'll catch you in the morning.
With the start of 2025, you may be on a journey to a healthier lifestyle or maybe just trying to save time and money. Well, meal prepping can help with all three of those. I'm News 6 anchor and insider guide Crystal Moyer, and while it sounds challenging, meal prepping doesn't have to be. In today's Insider Consumer Report, shares some practical tips and tools to help you get started. A visit to the doctor was a wake-up call for Raul Urbina.
He said that, no, you need to change your diet drastically. Besides, you're getting weight, so your blood pressure has been compromised.
Raul found that meal prepping made it easier for him to eat healthier and also
saving money and time, and you're getting the benefits of being healthy.
To kick off successful meal prepping, Consumer Reports has some tips. Start by planning your meals for the whole week. Make a shopping list and shop in person, since some research shows you spend less when you shop in store versus online, but stick to your list. Another way to save, skip the name brands.
Consider buying supermarket brands or from discount stores. They can save you a lot of money. Plus, many store brands taste just as good or even better than the well-known brands.
Use a store loyalty card. Many grocery chains offer special deals and even let you earn rewards. And don't forget to check their shopping app for weekly sales and digital-only coupons to save even more. When you're ready to prepare your meals, the right tools in your kitchen can make the process faster and easier. Consumer Reports recommends this Cosori air fryer, perfect for tight counter spaces, and it's also super easy to clean and use.
An air fryer lets you bake, fry, or roast with little fat, and it's perfect for quick meals like chicken, seafood, veggies.
Consumer Reports also suggests using a multi-cooker, like a crock pot, to make a large batch of meals. I posted Consumer Reports' recommended air fryer and crock pot on clickorlando.com/insider. In the studio, Crystal Moyer, Getting Results, News 6.
I mean, it's surprising how easy it is when you have the right tools. 'Cause remember, like when you're in college, you don't have the right stuff, but you're still trying to make things, and it just takes extra long.
And then you get discouraged because it tastes so bad.
I've
dealt with that.
And it looks terrible.
And it looks bad. There's no presentation. You're eating it on, which I still do for a lot of meals, on paper plates, because I
don't want to do dishes.
I don't want to for eggs or something.
Yeah, if I'm alone,
then
I just
I'll tell you what though,
care.
I'm on a good. What's today? January 28th. My New Year's resolution was no Uber Eats, no ordering takeout.
And you haven't done it?
Not once. Yeah.
Man, your
so
bank account is
I'm doing
fat
great. Oh,
right
it's
now.
feeling good. I'm feeling good. I've been so close. I mean, stuff has been in the cart.
Yeah.
It's been in the
Don't
cart,
do it.
but I'm like, nope. I got 3 eggs in there. I can do something. Yeah.
All right, let's take you outside right now. Here's a live look over Daytona Beach. Nobody on the Bombotron right now.
Nope. Not.
It's a nice night for it, but they were out there when it was cold, and I don't understand that.
They were. Maybe
But
they
hey,
just had some food, perhaps,
maybe,
and they're
maybe.
taking a break,
All right.
which is what we recommend.
Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas joins us now to talk about this nice stretch of weather. Just take your time when you go through that forecast and really let us have it.
Sounds good. We will stay on that 7-day forecast for the next 15
Linger.
minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very, very nice. We could use a little more sunshine, but just to mention earlier, don't want to complain too much as we're going through last week. Here's a live look right now in downtown Orlando with our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Skycam. Temperatures right now at 72 degrees. The breeze out of the north-northwest at about 7 miles an hour. And again, we have had those extra clouds as expected, but still as expected. We got back into the low to mid 70s again today. Right now in Sanford, we are at 68. We're at 67 in Leesburg, Claremont, into Mineola. We're back into 67 degrees as well. Deer Park and Holopah, hope you're doing well tonight. We're at 70 degrees. Mico into Palm Bay, we're checking in at 61. And even a little bit warmer tomorrow. Here's the deal. High pressure hanging out over the North Gulf Coast at this hour. You see the clouds streaming in from the west as well. We're going to keep things on the milder side tomorrow, but once this area of high pressure moves out over to the Atlantic over the next day or so, that is going to help to pump in the extra warmth and to help push us back into the 80s by the end of this work week. Temperatures are retreating very, very far north again, so that big Arctic chill that really engulfed much of the country last week is completely gone. All of the really, really cold stuff is really up into Canada or God's Lake. It's 6 degrees below zero. Just south of Hudson Bay, you see the 50s as far north as Omaha, even 40s in the Twin Cities. And while that is cold to us, that is much above normal for our friends up north. Clouds and rain forecast locally. You see it right there. Mostly cloudy skies again overnight. There's 2 o'clock in the morning for out late. Again, early tomorrow morning on your drive into work or school, we're going to be dealing with the extra clouds. I don't think a ton of sunshine again tomorrow. I think it's pretty much going to be a carbon copy tomorrow of what we saw today. There's 5, 6 o'clock for you on your Wednesday evening. Again, heading out to eat or going home from work. We're back to the under mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures, though, still going to be back into the low to mid 70s. Now here's a look at your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Seasonable is the word over the next couple of days. We're back to around 50 overnight. That's exactly where we should be over this time of the year. We'll keep a mainly cloudy sky. Rain chances, though, back to 0%. Same deal tomorrow for the rain chances. They are non-existent. Temperatures again into the low to mid 70s, even with mostly cloudy skies. You see it right there, though. 73 degrees is our average high temperature, and we will be right in that ballpark. A little bit warmer on Thursday, and there's some of that sunshine coming back. 82 degrees on Friday. We're back to the mid-70s on Saturday. We'll see a few extra clouds, 20% shot for a few more showers. Groundhog Day is on Sunday, mid-70s as well. Provo also looking pretty nice with a few extra clouds rolling in. We're right around 80 degrees on Monday, 78 degrees on Tuesday, and I'm going to keep on talking about this until they wrap me to send to break. Oh, and there it is, right on cue. Sorry, guys, but it's a nice looking 7-day forecast.
No, it is. We were trying to figure out what that little rodent was.
Oh,
Looks like
Alf from here.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, commercial fishers in Volusia are asking the county for help after the new beach parking rules went into place this year. On January 1st, the county started charging non-Volusia residents for off-beach parking and changed the hours of the beach parks.
And they say it's losing them business. And News 6's Molly Reed is in New Smyrna Beach talking to the group about the problem and the solution the county's debating.
These new rules have been in place for less than a month here in Volusia County, and the commercial fishers here say that they've already had a huge impact on business, both the hours and the money.
We just don't understand why there cannot be a permit or some sort of pass made for a commercial fisherman or a surf fishing guide that is a legitimate business.
This group of fishermen, called NSB shark hunters, catch sharks, tag them for NOAA to study, and release them, and run charters for tourists to fish for other species.
So everywhere we're fishing, we're having an issue, which is hurting our charters, and it's unfortunately going to lead down a long path of not being able to receive charters.
Our clients, who are 95% from out of state, they're still getting nickel and dime now for paying to park.
Now non-Volusia County residents pay $20 a day and they can't park here between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m., costing their clients extra money.
3 separate vehicles. That's over just as shy. It's $20 plus tax. It was a little over $60 for them to park after they paid almost $1,000 for a charter. And that just becomes a problem when they show up.
And they say the hours have become a major safety hazard since they typically catch sharks overnight. And there are other companies like theirs in the county.
Which actually forces any surf fishing guide or commercial fishermen to have to fish with the beachgoers and the swimmers, which we're trying to avoid.
They're now asking the county to give permits to those who conduct business like this on the beach.
We don't want to have conflicts with people that are on the beach or in the water. Just try to avoid the situation altogether.
Now, they went to the county council last week and talked about the issue, and several of the council members agreed that something might need to change. The council is going to come back at their meeting next week after some research is done to try to come up with a plan. In Volusia County, I'm Molly Reed, getting results, News 6.
You know,
they make a good point. They make a good point. Hard to argue with their point.
No, but the thing is, change is hard.
Yeah.
And when you're used to coming and doing whatever you want and you don't have to pay and now you do, it's
right.
They don't like it. Well, after giving birth to her second baby boy, a Central Florida woman chalked up her back pain to a postpartum issue, but it ended up being something much more serious.
Yeah, Ultima Espino thought that she had maybe tweaked her back 3 months after giving birth to her son, but she would later be diagnosed with something called pregnancy and lactation-induced osteoporosis. Espino says that she eventually had 8 compression fractures in her spine caused by things like sneezing or tripping on the carpet. She says the pain became so unbearable, it completely stopped her life.
It stopped my life. I couldn't do anything for myself. I couldn't shower, change. I had a walker at the house at the ripe age of 34. I couldn't do anything for myself. It stopped my life completely.
Goodness, her doctor was attending a conference when she learned about this type of osteoporosis. Once Espino was diagnosed, they put her on a treatment plan, and while she is still feeling some pain, she says it is better than it was, and she's hoping her story will help other women who find themselves in her situation.
And a situation they probably never even heard of.
I know.
I know, I hadn't.
And you just like she did, you just chalk it up to something that that a lot of people deal with. And it just becomes so debilitating. Anything with the back or the neck, you feel
that's your
like
foundation right there.
Absolutely. So it's good to see that she's back on the mend.
Some help,
yeah. Well, as the Lunar New Year approaches, Bangkok's famous Khao San Road is alive with festive spirit.
All right, the road resounded to the sound of firecrackers, drums, and cymbals today as a troupe of the Thai dragon dancers energetically announced the approach of the Lunar New Year. The colorful crew drew out a large crowd of mainly foreign onlookers from the road's cafes, bars, and hotels to watch all this entertainment. That is cool looking. Many Thais have Chinese ancestry, so the Lunar New Year is embraced with enthusiasm throughout the country. The Lunar New Year falls on Wednesday, January 29th. That's tomorrow. It will be the year of the snake.
Coming up in the morning, dozens of local companies looking to hire.
From hospitality to healthcare, we'll show you who's hanging out the Help Wanted sign in the event where you could get results if you're in the market for a new job.
And your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 Mornings starting at 5.
A momentous moment for the wildlife world captured on camera. So this is a Mount Lyell shrew.
That's so cute.
Really cute, but get this, this has now been photographed live for the first time.
Look at that.
It's
He's very
crazy.
elusive. Yeah, the
Yeah.
California Academy of Sciences says these shrews are the only known mammal species in the state that had not previously been photographed. A wildlife photographer and a couple of student scientists joined forces with the University of California, Berkeley, and came up with a plan. They captured a couple of the shrews in the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains and took a few photos before setting the creatures free. Look at that. Shrews have to eat frequently to stay alive due to their high metabolic rate, which means they usually don't last long in those traps. That meant this photo session had to wrap up pretty quickly.
Right. So that's the thing, is they have pictures of them, but they are not alive in those pictures. So this is the first one that they got where the nice
And
little looking
adorable.
shrews alive.
I'd much rather see an alive shrew.
Definitely, definitely.
Thanks for that. Hey, thank you for watching News 6 at 6:30.
We break news on clickorlando.com. We'll see you back tonight at 11. Until then, hope you have a great night.
Bye.
Take care.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Are you doing anything?